Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome for another evening of Talk and Sip. Yep. Yeah. Well, fantastic. Want to thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Good evening. Uh, Today is the 19th of March, 2022. Thank you for joining me tonight on Talk and Sip, whereby we look at we talk and we have a discussion, but we also do that most importantly. We do that most importantly with a drink. Now, let's start off the day. Let's start off the day. Now, this is not a concoction or so of anything which is of any alcohol. It is just a combination of different fruits, and I will not say which fruit it is, but I'll ask persons to tell me what fruits they think it is, what fruit is inside this drink, what sort of drink it is, and that is going to be the test tonight. Now, I don't know if there's going to be a prize or what, you know what I'm saying? But definitely, this is my drink, and it's very important as well that you also tell me what you're drinking. You know, what are you drinking tonight? You know, what's that special thing? You know, mix up alcohol or so, anything. I still have some wine, but I'll take it easy. You know. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is another interesting week. Don't know what is happening with something with the Wi-Fi there on another matter there. Um, it's a very interesting week again. Another interesting week where we talk about things which are happening in the world, things which are happening in Ukraine, things which are happening in the UK, things which are happening in Jamaica. I hope the music is not too loud. Let me know if the music is too loud. I'd like you to like and share this video, this show. Those on Instagram it is just overflow. We took it off Instagram because of the fact that most times when you're on Instagram, there is this thing that when you use certain words, you're blocked. When you use certain words, they take you down. They do a slam dunk, take you down, take him down. They mention some key words. They mention the vax. They mention the juke. We have been through that period of time where we are talking all about this vaccine, COVID period. Yeah, we've been there. We have touched on all these sort of things, and we have moved on to the zone whereby we're now talking about war. But there's something else, ladies and gentlemen. There's something else. Let me just change this music here. Yeah, there's something else. Yeah, and what is there is that in the UK of recent days, it turned out that a young girl in 2020 was searched because she smelled of ganja. She smelled of marijuana, right? She smelled of marijuana and she was searched. And as a result of that search, the teachers didn't find anything. So what they did, they called the police. And when the police was called, a female police and a male police, and then a male police and a female police was on the outside there. They searched her. And when they searched this young girl, student, while she was having an exam, they found nothing as well. Okay? And the thing about it is that the young girl was also having her period. She was having her period. So this report came out now in 2022, and this happened in 2021, right here in the UK. just around the corner from it, just up there and happening. So people are up in arms about that. And I think the point is that while we're talking about the war, while we're talking about COVID, while we're talking about all these different things which are affecting the world, we have to remember that there are things which are impacting us here and now as people. Okay, it is not just the bigger picture of the war, bigger picture of COVID, but individually. Because right now, if you go to the petrol station, right, what you're going to see, you're going to see the prices have gone up. In the UK, national insurance is going to go up. In the UK, interest rate has gone up. Council tax is going up as well. Everything is going up, high sky. People are invited to have a Ukrainian in their home. You know, those who can afford it. Government give them £350 as a thank you per month. I'm not sure if it is for one person or two persons or so. And so it's interesting that so many things are happening around us, but sometimes our eyes are focused on the big ones. And really and truly, sometimes it can be the fittest of the fittest, and it's a survival time now. You get what I'm trying to say? A survival time, you know? But Jamaica, moving over to Jamaica, as I'm from Honduras, and the essence of the show tend to touch a lot on things happening in Jamaica. Touch a lot of things happening in Jamaica because everybody who's on this show are Jamaicans. All my key guests are Jamaicans. Okay? So we always touch on key things in Jamaica. Shenseea, big time. You know, ministers of government all going to a big party with her. Awesome. And all of a sudden, they say, hang on a second. If all these ministers having a big party, where the mask there? Where the mask there? Shenseea is also being sued for one of her songs. I was in the park this morning having my walk and talk, and there one of my dads was dancing to one of her songs as well. Clean lyrics, you know. Hi Patricia, how you doing? Clean. The incident of Child Q happened in 2020. Yep, as I mentioned that earlier. Yes, 2020. I've seen the safeguarding report. Someone sent it to me as well. Thank you for coming on. S1. People, you're also invited to joining on the show. Yeah, you can actually join in and actually contribute. You can show your face. I'm going to make that possible. And what I'm going to do now as well is to put the link in the guest link. If you want to come in the studio, jump in the green room, and to give a contribution tonight. There it is. There's the guest link. I hope it works. For those on, Instagram, it's not going to be. You're not going to see that on Instagram. You'll have to join the whole thing as much as possible. Yeah. You know, today I did a video, and the video I did was while I was sitting there, and I was going to traffic. I had a lot of running up and down today with the children, being there, bang there, boom, boom, boom. And what was interesting, I saw some children crossing the road at different times, and I stopped and allowed these children to pass. Yeah, I'd walk in the middle of the road, and it was a good vibes. Twice, I was able to stop and allow them to walk across the road. You know, the interesting thing about that was by doing so, you're able to assist these young people, black children, to get on the other side. And we all have a duty to help people to get on the other side. Getting on the other side of their dreams, getting on the other side of what they want, their objective as well. Getting on the other side of achieving the highest excellence, getting on the other side. So I did that video, getting on the other side. Yeah. And I got a video I'm going to play at some point while I'm doing my little narrative and get the show going. Because I believe it is so important that as people, as individuals, we try as much as possible to get someone on the other side. Last week on the show, we spoke about, what we spoke about on the show last week is what we spoke about. Government ministers, politicians, leaders should somehow try to make the people that they lead better than them. Should make them better than them. What do you think about that? The people that they lead should somehow be more successful? Can that be? Is that possible? I think that is possible. Leaders wanting to get your person to be better. Can you imagine that? Get your person to be better than you. Church leaders, get your congregation to look better than you. Government ministers, to get your people to look better than you. Wow, think about that. Getting persons to look better than you. What do you think about that? Or is it that persons want to keep people back? So the caption topic, which I did for today, and this is it, and it will come in all different forms, is how effective and strong is the black voice in today's world? How effective and strong is the black voice in today's world? Thursday night we did a show. We spoke about the child, child Q, the one who was, victimized by being searched while she having her period, and we draw the conclusion at the same time that as a community, one of the things that is also lacking is an effective structure organization that can actually deal with things as it comes. Yes, it is important to galvanize. Yes, it is important to also have, what should we say, marching. Yes, it is important to get together, but we have to move beyond the stage of being reactive, but to have something in a proactive stage. Having something in a proactive stage is when something happens, you can click, transform, get things going right to it. I'm not saying it's not there, but it's not showing its face. How effective and strong is the black voice of today? Years ago, we had Martin Luther King. Years ago, we had Malcolm X. Years ago, these voices were very strong and these voices were very profound. Years ago, they made it very clear what they are about, what they stood for. And I know, for argument's sake, for Jamaica, a person would say, well, Jamaica is not, Jamaica is a black country, but how effective and strong is the black voice? How effective and strong? Yeah. Sir Lester, how are you doing?
Blessings, 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 blessings.
How effective and strong is Lester's voice?
Very, very effective and strong.
Very effective and strong. Well, right there, that is very powerful, ladies and gentlemen. First gentleman coming tonight and say his voice is strong and effective. That's powerful. What are you, when you say that? Are you speaking with a level of authority and knowing who you are? What's that?
Of course, from I was a teenager, but now I've added political capital and private sector capital to my resume. So
and now you can do the slam dunk big time.
Yeah, very much effective.
Yes. I tell you, I don't know if you know. Let me just turn this down. I don't know. Well, first of all, what are you drinking, man? What's that? Heineken. So, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, let's say it's having Heineken. Yeah. This is what I'm doing tonight is I go on differently.
Is that pina colada?
Mhm. It's a mixture without no alcohol. Let me just make that very clear. It's a mixture of different fruits. And I've asked persons if they can say what is in this. You know, it's a mix of 3, 4 fruits or so. and anybody gets it, get a prize. I have no idea what the prize is. You know what I'm saying? Have you heard about that case there regarding this young lady in the UK? This child who was searched by the police, 15 years old, I think, searched by the police, and then while she was having her period, the school called her because she smelled of ganja, smell of marijuana, you know. And this was 2020. That's what I was saying. All this time while we're going through COVID, and everybody was so caught up, so many things were happening.
Yep.
2020, it just came out in 2022. All that time, bro. You know, smell of ganja. You know what I mean?
And the police, and that was warranted for police to come and search her.
Because the school did the search first, and when the school did the search, the school didn't find anything, but they smelled the ganja, the marijuana, so they called the police.
And this is a black girl.
Yes, it's confirmed it's a black girl. Yeah. Yes. Um. So therefore, and there's something which came out of it. This was what they call black children in the UK, or it was deemed. There's this perception that they are more streetwise, so they're a bit more adult. So they call it adultification. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
Adultification. So they are treated or the perception as adults. Adultification. That's a term word. Adultification, Lester.
That also is a very scary term because then they would treat them like hardened criminals and then shoot also.
Yes. So therefore people are now um getting in to try to find what this policy is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's one of the latest. That's one of the latest things happening here in the UK and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I saw something a while ago, yeah, and I was somebody flagged this upon me, and I'll show it here. Uh, this is very funny, you know. This is like a side show or whatever. But look at this here. You see that? Mark Cherry, a cow rescued after police interrupted a bizarre ritual involving human sacrifice October the 17th of last year, appears to be expected. The cow was among the animals removed from the garbage yard of Kevin Smith. everybody's on the Observer website asking, what is this? Apparently they said this cow maybe have Kevin Smith baby. So I started off by saying, hey, I reclaim my time. I reclaim my time. We can't this rubbish. You saw it. I know you saw it.
No. I just read it a while ago.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the thing there. Let me just welcome to Scotty. Panel on the chat, peace and blessing to yourself. Welcome. D Samuels, Scotty, welcome. S1. So the report never stated the police actually confirmed the presence of a smell of cannabis. Yeah, don't know what's going on there. Yeah. But Virgil, what's up? What's going on with Shensia, man?
Hold on, let me try to connect my earphone them.
Try connecting your phone. So, ladies and gentlemen, those Instagram, you can join into the show on YouTube, which is at Silver and TV. There you can actually watch it, and you can actually join in for the show as well. I'll send the link out there. Yeah, Succession. There's a report. I do have a report actually. Let me see if I can find the report here. Lester, when you're ready, let me know. Yeah, or just put it when you're ready. Child Q publish his report. In 2020, Child Q, black female child of secondary school age, was searched by female police officers from the Metropolitan Police Service, MPS. There it is. MPS. And if I can read it further, the search involves the exposure of a child Q's intimate body parts. Yeah. Took place on a school premises without an appropriate adult present and with the knowledge that the child Q was menstruating. Teachers told the review that on the day of the search, they believed child Q was smelling strongly of cannabis and suspected that she might be carrying drugs. On questioning the child Q, she denied using or having drugs in her possession. A search of her bag, blazer, scarf, and shoes revealed nothing of significance. Remaining concerns, teachers sought advice from the Safer Schools police officer. Due to the restriction arising from COVID-19, this officer was not on site. He recommended that the school, recommended that the school call the police. Let's see you back.
Yeah, man.
You're back. Oh my days. Peter, you're mazed out, man. You're mazed out. What's that? It's like you look like you're smoking something because you like the place smoke up. You look like you're smoking.
Is that better?
Good evening, Vita.
Good evening. Good evening. Is that better?
Is that Ukrainian flag?
Yes, I'm representing.
That's Putin baby you're talking next door to you now. Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Life is good. I'm not complaining.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers. What are you drinking?
Today, I have Crown Royal, and I'm just this thing is the XO, so I'm just letting Crown Royal know I'm going to give you my address. It's about time I start getting some Crown Royal at my door.
Keep putting it up. You're on the air. Sell
Okay.
Crown Royal. Sell it.
Okay, so this is my drink. I prefer the XO. It's the more smoother drink. So just in case you're listening, sir or madam, I'm just saying thank you.
All right. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, that's our first sponsor.
Vita.
Yes, love.
Vita, is it a blouse or a dress that you have on?
It is a blouse. You want me to stand up? Well, oh no, I can't stand up. I have nothing under there. Okay, sorry. It's a blouse. Silver.
My sister is here, so I'm behaving myself. She's gonna tell my mother.
Oh no! Don't I have to behave? Why did you do that?
My sister is there. I have
We
to
both
behave.
have to behave. But she know me after 2 crown. I don't know what behaving is.
My wife is upstairs.
Vita, I just wanted to.
I have to behave. I stay out of this conversation. It's too early.
I just wanted to say that with the style and everything, it kind of bring back a very high class, chic, very.
Keep going.
What could I say? Very very royal look.
Keep going. I'm still fighting for grandpa, so keep going.
Then they normally say blouse and skirt. They normally say blouse and skirt, but my sister said blouse but no skirt.
Well, it's a pleasure. Your sister is such a beautiful person. I love her. I can't wait to go spend more time with her in Orty again. I mean, you know, I don't know where the family tree coming from, but your sister is amazing. I'm not saying anything, but she's amazing.
Well,
Um,
let's. Should I find a picture of Ocherius?
Lester, what happened? Why you look so young today? No, today I want to be a cougar. I don't want no grandpa today. Why you look so young? I want to be a cougar today. What happened? What happened? Okay, nice and clean. I love them clean like that.
I know you're coming. I know you're coming on looking very elegant. So I say, I'm kind of spruce up.
Okay, I appreciate that. Let me drink some more and mind my business.
Well, there we are. There we are.
Oh my goodness, that's my home. I'm so homesick right now.
Lester, that's
pull up a picture at Ocherius Hospital now.
Actually, we have urgent care. We don't have hospital. We have urgent care in Ocherius, a lot of urgent cares. And St. Anne's Bay is where the main hospital is, where is maybe 15, 20 minutes outside of the Ocherius town. But we have a lot of urgent care. So there you go.
Yeah. It says the Victorian look or so like that,
Oh.
Yes. That is the word I was searching for, the Victorian look.
Yes.
Okay. You know, every day, I woke up every day and I feel the royalty. I feel royal every day. What's his name wrote a song about me? Tyrus Smiley.
You're royal.
You mean Tyrus Riley?
Tyrus Riley. Thank you, Lester.
Yeah. Son of Winston Riley. Not Winston Riley. The other Riley. So remember him name.
My sister said said what it said? St. Anne's Bay Hospital.
St. Anne's Bay Hospital, yes. It's
Unless
But Claudia. Is it Claudia?
Claudine.
I cannot deal with facts here. These two individuals on the show with me were not even born in the parish. So even they want a sentence there. With that. They're closer to Portland. They're closer to Portland than anything.
Lester, bad man don't kill you.
For bad man Vita, I'm a man of the best city in Jamaica, just Kingston.
Okay, and today I was in class today, and I also went to a function. And what happened? What we were looking at was unconscious bias and different perspective. And sometimes we have to understand the individuality in people. So when you think that where you're born was the best place, I'm not gonna take that away from you. I'm gonna understand, and my unconscious bias gonna let you enjoy that moment. Because if that's what
but Vita, hold on. It's not
I'm not gonna stop your bubbles to let you think that where you're born was the best place.
Vita, I thank you. Yes, Claudia, Jimmy Ryan. Thank you.
West Kingston.
Look here. I was born very close to that. I was born very close to that. That's very close to this. Walking this from this.
Again.
But look here, Vita.
Yes.
Vita.
Yes.
I don't have unconscious bias. I am a hypocrite when you come out to my city.
Okay.
And I have conscious bias. So
Okay.
I'm very conscious of what I'm saying.
So that we will call very explicit bias because you know it. Okay, so you know it. Okay,
Yes.
great. So okay, so that's why I respect that, and not only that, your honesty and your accountability of your bias, and that's something
Exactly.
that with
Exactly.
Silburn take us to the program that you have today, as far as if the Black voice is being heard, and after the death of Floyd. What we notice in America and around the world actually is that they have what they call diversity, inclusion, some say belonging, some say equity, as far as making sure that the workplace is now diverse. So now is that when you look at most of, I work in the healthcare industry.
Sorry, just one moment. Just one moment. This is very important. My sister said he spent one night in Portmore Hospital. You hear that, Esther? I spent one night in Portmore Hospital. My sister just asked my mother. She just asked my mother. She just asked my mother, Lester. He spent one night. He came to Orchards immediately after. Just to let you know.
Lester, you know, when as an attorney, when you're doing cases, you have to have a team of people. So you have maybe 4 or 5 to back up to do research for the knowledge base. So he came on tonight with his his entourage.
Or no, or to falsify information.
Okay. You're missing your calling.
No, look at it. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that the lovely Claudel is doing that. I would not make such pronouncement or accusation. But
Okay.
maybe she has an unconscious bias.
Okay. Point taken. But
Okay.
after the death of Floyd, we noticed that across America, everyone now realized that the systematic racism, show where diversity need to be done in all aspect of the. It doesn't matter where you work. Now, working in the medical field, that's the biggest factor now that we're looking at and changing. Every hospital in America now have a diversity department that was not there before, and what they're doing is that making sure that you have a gay person, a black man, a black woman, veteran, and any aspect of you can make sure you have someone from all different walks of life, a Chinese, Latino, every denomination you can think of. They're making sure that we're included, all these different people, whether you're by race or culture or whatever it is. We're making sure that we include and show that we're making a difference. And where I work, we make sure that we have the diversity department. We the CMO stepped down from the clinical part of it and now Edwin this, and she's a beautiful black woman from Puerto Rico. And she held the highest position in the hospital, and she stepped down to make sure that this is happening. She makes sure that this is a difference. So this is something that's happening, that the black voices is being heard, and it's making a difference. And it's sad that someone had to die before they start making a difference, but the difference is huge and it's noticeable.
Sorry, listen, go on, listen.
No, you go.
No, I was just saying that, one of the reasons why I sort of touched on this topic was when we heard about this little girl who was, violated by the police and also her teachers. And then I think a day after, I think I was speaking to another person, a lady who had some issues with her immigration, and it was to a point whereby it was so unjust, it was injustice towards her. But what we found was lacking was that there wasn't a key voice or community or structure where they could go to and some action takes place immediately. Boom. I think America is a bit more advanced because you got the Sharpton and all those guys that will just come on. But the UK, that's a bit lacking. And whenever things happen, they tend to be a reactive process, not a proactive one, which is already in existence. And therefore, it's like a deja vu whereby everybody's starting the ball all over again. We need to march, we need to demonstrate, which is all good. It's good for the awareness. But what you're not seeing sometimes is a strong voice. And it is similar to what is happening even with the world now, with Putin and Zelensky and Biden and everything. There's not a strong voice in the world that is actually taking some sort of command and sort of leading and guiding things. Everybody is all over the place. And Zelensky and Putin playing pinballs or whatever like that. And so that's one reason why I flagged this up, because it is so important now that we really stop playing around and stop trying to, like I say, amalgamate or assimilate but to really stand our ground and to be that voice no matter who we are. And that's why I sort of brought up this topic there
Uh,
to just flag this up. Yes.
but I want to pause to give Vita an opportunity to expound, to share with us how effective her voice has been in the recent weeks regarding a particular promotion or position or opportunity that she has gotten for a
Mm.
black person, black woman especially. She has a groundbreaking thing, and I would like her to expound on that because it's her voice that has led her to be a part of this institution.
Was it punctuated with crown?
Not yet.
Okay.
So, when I came to America, I was accidentally thrown into the field that I'm in right now, which my job is I recruit doctors. I make sure that doctors are clinical, competent to do the work that they do, and I make sure that they're who they say they are. But what happened is that what I do is not being taught in school. So I've been trying. We have to go to conferences for the training. It's very expensive. So the first time I went to a conference, I noticed that there was no black people, black man or black woman teaching these classes. You're looking at 6,000 people going to these conferences, and you have probably like 100 black people. So when I look around, sometimes I can't find another black person, or maybe one or two. So in 2010, I applied for the position to be an instructor to teach one of these classes because I am very knowledgeable and certified in the field. And I was turned down. So every time I applied, they said, well, you only have a bachelor's, you need a master's. So I went and I got the master's and I applied. They said, well, you're certified, but you need this amount of experience. So I got the experience. So this year I applied again and they turned me down, and I appeal it to say, okay, give me the reason why you turned me down, because I've met all the qualification. I am more qualified than some of the people that are teaching it because they don't have a bachelor's. They don't have the experience and all the certification education that I have. So after the appeal, they approve it, and I am now the first black female to teach, be an instructor in this program in America. So now I get to go to all 50 states and teach, be an instructor, and teach what I do. So these are some of the changes that we are making in America, one person at a time. You don't have to go change the world; just change one at a time. Start with you.
So I call that sometimes the sphere of influence. I mean to say that, like a ripple effect, like the water, something drop in the water, it's not going to reach everywhere, but to create that ripple for that
Yes.
sphere of influence that you have. And therefore, as a police officer was saying on my show on Thursday night, it's so important to be involved and not to be worried too much of the fact that you don't look like you belong there. Because if there's pure white people there, you're the only black person, you say, oh, this is not my space. I don't belong here. Nobody looks like me. Instead of looking at that to say, hang on a second, this is where I belong. I need to make a change there. That's a mindset thing, isn't it?
And that's what I taught. It is a mindset. And that's why most of the time I talk about growth mindset, because I said, what about the young lady coming behind me who is afraid to speak up? Because, I mean, especially with 2 Crown, I can speak. But if Crown is listening. But the fact is that when I went there, I said, I have to make a difference. And not only that, the diversity that I was looking for was not there. So what I have to do, so what I did, I found the other African American people, and we became like this great bond of support and mentor to each other. And one of my girlfriend now is the director of the diversity and inclusion group in the same company, to make sure that, so we are forming all these groups across this foundation to say we are making a difference. And Silburn, sometime in the future, they're doing spotlight on us as far as the first. I didn't put in Jamaica part of it yet, but the first black Ocho. I haven't put in Ocho in it yet, but we have to next week. We have to go do videos and talk about it, and they're doing showcasing us as far as. You are the first black woman to ever teach this class. So I will show that later. But what I felt when I was in that crowd, and I'm going to use this word like the white people, was that there is that spot. I'm gonna make a difference. This spot needs to get bigger. And
Mm.
so I felt like I need to make a difference. And when I walk into that 6,000 people, you can guarantee that at least 1,000 of those people, they spot me from afar. They all know my name. Anytime I go on to speak or anything, they all know me because there is that black face that they know. So now when they see more black face, they will remember that, and that more black people will look into saying, more black woman or even male will say, this is a situation I can go in. It's a great opportunity. There's a limited amount of black people in what I do, and I would love to bring more in.
That's and that
Yeah,
that, that
Vita,
understand.
Vita, um, for me, it sounds so crazy and unbelievable when I hear you say that it's like the institutions have to be now deliberately setting up um in the PR department where the HR department, sorry, where they employ a gaper, them look off your gapers to employ a Chinese or a handicap or a black or a woman, especially of color. And I see Warner Brothers also is doing that. Michael B. Jordan, the actor, is heading up the department like that to have more people being inclusive, um, more diversity of persons in the film industry, especially behind the scenes,
Yes.
behind the camera. Um, and when we look at Jamaica, for for a very long time, Jamaica has been a melting pot of different types of people working at any given workplace. Majority of the population is black, yes. But we have always had Indian people, Chinese people, women, gay people, although not out of the closet, but if you can pick it up, you pick it up. But we have always been a country where we have a multiplicity of different ethnicity working together, um and we're cool. To me, I understand the whole George Floyd effect. What I'm yet to see is laws, laws being passed on a state basis or on a federal basis also, where it shows um, punishment, it shows also a way forward, it shows accountability for certain actions against certain people by the state,
Mm.
and we are yet to see that, and
Yeah,
that has been the setback after this big worldwide protest. We are yet to see really like on a federal basis
right.
where if a policeman do this or these specific things, he might go to jail, and we're not seeing that.
Well,
But
there
is
are
it is it, is it
policies.
that Black Lives Matters also has failed in some respect because they got all mixed up?
I'm not gonna touch a Black Lives Matter, but let's as far as the policy, there are policies that been enacted, and there's changes. We don't see the bigger scale that we were hoping to see. For instance, with the whole Floyd situation and the way Black people was marching, you think that President Biden would have come in and say, make sure the protection of Black people, the first thing he do was the protection of Asian people. So that was a slap in the face of the Black people. Like, wait a minute, we're not saying that you're not supposed to protect the Asian people, but wait a minute, we're out there dying. Our people are stepping on our neck. We are, stiff. We are being killed and lynched, and nothing is happening. But yes, there are policies. And it's not as wide as we would hope that it would, but we also see that you would hope that it's a top down, but actually it's bottom up now, where the grassroots people are working and making a difference. Because I could tell you that I've been on maybe 4 or 5 different podcasts and webinars with other people, and the situation is that what we're starting now, the roots movement is that start a conversation. So as a
Yes.
Black woman, I have a lot of white female friends. And sometimes these conversations are very, very upsetting, because most of the time the white woman will think that, well, why are you attacking me when I didn't do this? Even if my grandparents are foreparents have done this, it's not me. But it's where, see, it's not an attack, it's an understanding. When I have white friends who often, since we were 19, we were friends, and when I said certain situations that I explained to them, they were shocked that I was living with this situation and they didn't know, as far as the what I go through with when I came to America. I could not wear braids to work. I could not wear my natural hair because of I will not get a promotion. I will not get the job. And when I tried to explain the situation, they were shocked that this was happening and they were not aware of it. Certain situation when I explained to them, and they actually start crying because they felt like they should have known. Well, you don't know what you don't know. So the conversation needs to start. You need to start. Even us as Black people, we have unconscious bias. In Jamaica, you have the class where you have people from uptown think that they are way better than the people downtown. And when you look at it, sometimes they're worse. But the good thing about it is that the class that we have in Jamaica, we need to look at that. That's unconscious bias, that we are prejudiced against each other.
Yes.
So the conversation needs to start, right here. So when I talk with my girlfriends, my white girlfriends, and explain to them certain situation, they're shocked. And I have to understand them and try, when I'm talking with them, not to blame them, because it's not them. It's just that you don't know what you don't know. They did not even know that they have this unconscious bias in them. I learned of myself that I have unconscious bias. Yes, I know I have some explicit bias, which I might want to change it, maybe not, but I'm going to make sure that I'm conscious of it. And that's what, when we have the diversity and this conversation, we have to practice emotional intelligence, because we have to look at the other person and show empathy. And that's what I do, because you don't know what you don't know.
Can you talk on that bit about emotional intelligence?
So the emotional intelligence is one of those situations where you look at it's kind of controlling your emotion in a sense. And I want to break it down in an easy way, because what happened is that part of emotional intelligence is empathy. It's empathy where you put yourself, like we say in Jamaica, put yourself in my shoes. That's the saying.
Yeah.
So you put yourself in my shoes and you understand what I'm going through, and at the same time, you will. I'm going to read.
Is it empathizing?
I'm going to read a quote. The ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotion in positive ways to release stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. So that's kind of what I was writing that down, and someone was talking. I was like, whoa, that actually reached me, because not only do you emphasize and look at someone, what they're going through, but at the same time, you understand what it is and control your emotion. For instance, last week, when I said I was looking for a sugar daddy, Lester said, you need a grandfather. And I got
No, you didn't say that. Say that. How did you say it, Lester?
You need a sugar grandpa.
A sugar grandpa. And about 4 or 5 people text me and said it was rude. And I didn't think it was rude. I just think it was so funny. But the way that I accept it was in a very jovial way, where somebody else might have been disrespected by that. And that's a control of emotional intelligence, where I know that Lester was fun, and it was a joke, which is natural between friends. So you have to monitor the way that you look at situation. And we're not saying that you shouldn't have emotion, just control it. There's a time and place for everything. No, the fact is that I can sit here and I can drink and I can laugh, and show emotion whichever way, whether I get upset or not. Now, if I'm corporate America at work, I know that I will not laugh out as loud. I might smile, but it's control my emotion, control the way I deal with that situation. With my staff, I have to understand that they have life, and that they have children, and they have situation going on. So what I have to do is emphasize empathize with them in the sense that how can I, instead of saying you're late again, I can say, okay, what's going on? How can I help you?
Yes.
So those are some of the
Um,
as leaders that we can do for the emotional intelligence part.
right on the topic that Silburn has, last week or week before last was the Super Bowl, and the halftime show is the first time in the in the NFL's history where they have had um not all black, but they have had hip hop as a black culture, as a black
Yeah.
representation at the halftime. And I don't think the rest of the world has really taken notice that 85% of the NFL are black players.
Yes.
And it's the first time representation that look like them have come on to the halftime show in terms of the hip hop culture,
Yes.
right? And when you see Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, and
Eminem.
Eminem, although he's white, but
Yes.
um,
That's inclusion, diversity and inclusion.
exactly. But just to think of it that you have NFL, which is the national the national sport for the USA, and the halftime show is one of the biggest stages in the world to perform at, and they have never had hip hop on it. We're in
Full on.
2020.
Like a full 100, all the way.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, this is 2020 we're in, and I'm
Mm.
like, where the black voice is all along, but the effectiveness of the black voice has broken through because of Jay-Z. Jay-Z is the one that has put this together. Now, if for persons who don't know, all the entertainers that I called out just now were all West Coast entertainers. Jay-Z is East Coast. But because of the rooms that Jay-Z is in now, and he's letting his black voice be heard, he is paving the way and opening doors in a lot of major companies that he's bought stake in, or he's mingling with the CEOs or the owners and saying, hey, own other things for the last 100 years or 70 years or 50 years, it can't work that way.
So,
Because guess what? You are excluding yourself from talent. You're excusing yourself from a lot of talent out there. So the black voice is
getting more
being
prominence.
it's chipping away at it. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I just bring in there because Dr. Dre recent no not Dr. Dre Snoop Dogg recently acquired Def Jam or something with Def Jam.
No, Death Row.
Death Row Death Row. Anyway, one of
Death
them.
Row, yeah.
Death Row. And Rockefeller.
Def Jam is Russell Simmons.
Yeah. So what has Jay-Z control again?
Rockefeller.
Rockefeller.
Rock Nation.
I want to go on
Yeah.
to a point that
It's a Spades.
yeah, I want to go a point that Michelle flag up, and I want to bring this one here. Jamaica have classism and colorism big time. Okay.
Yes.
Now we brought up this point here about the black voice, and I was using it from the UK side, and Vita, you're using it from the America side. But we're talking about racism and we're talking about discrimination and how the marginalized can have a voice. Now, what Michelle is saying that Jamaica have classism and colorism big time. So
Yes.
how does that apply now? How do those are those voices, which is are those is that class of
Well,
person which is the majority? Have they got a strong voice?
Well, it's different because even last week, my good friend Lester was on social media saying that he preferred to have a brown girl than a black girl. So it have to do with the mental stability of our men who are brainwashed from slavery in Jamaica. I'm talking about from slavery, that because the slave master used to belittle us And the woman, the wife of, and there was a lot of white women that were slave masters too. They used to take the black men and use them as stud as they want them to. So that brainwashing to thinking that I can't get her, I can't get that, but now I can. So that mentality of brainwashing, thinking that the white is better than the black, messed up our Jamaican man. Where my good friend Lester think that to have a brown woman, actually to have a woman with lighter skin, because I can bleach right now and I can be white, thinking that if I bleach my skin, I would be more sexy and attractive and a better person for him to be with than him being with me as a natural black woman, disturb my peace.
Is that true, Lester?
Me love me car, me love me bike, me love me money and thing. Most of all, me love me brownie. It is a family trait, so it's in my DNA. My father only dated and had brown baby mamas.
Well, what happened to you? You're not brown.
I strayed away from the flock. I look at me in the oven too long. No,
Scotty,
my mother is actually very very light skinned.
yeah. Scotty said no, this was done by the musician and artist. But isn't the musician and artist influenced already by the same thing that Vita said? Isn't it?
It's a mental.
Um, uh,
Go ahead, Lester.
Vita, hold on, Vita, hold on. Me not really like address Scotty because Scotty didn't come up on the program, but
Well, that's his choice that we don't want.
Scotty,
So that's fine. But we appreciate that he do
No.
join us every week. We
Yeah,
appreciate that,
yeah,
though.
yeah. I do
no, I
appreciate.
appreciate it, but I would want to have a more fluid conversation with Scotty because he seems like he's very very opinionative. But Scotty,
Maybe
you're
he's black.
one.
Maybe he's black. Maybe he's not brown.
Well, the browning that that Silver and I speak of all the time is women, not the male browning.
Lester.
Right, right, Silver?
Let's it's like bring company, like bring people into Vita, we call it him dirty bungle, you know? He bring
No, his word is my drunk. My drunk. That's his word.
I used to have some dogs back home, you know. I used to have two black dogs. And what they were bloodhounds, two big ones. But you always have to look a small one. The big ones, them always sit back and wait. And look one, they call him setan. Let's say it's like a setan.
But
Yeah.
let me address even the second comment that Scotty make about the green flag and red flag and the musicians and entertainers. Scotty, you can't just relegate it to just that. It coming and I'm reading one of my books that I got for my birthday, and it'll show you the journey that we have been through. We cannot discount the role of slavery of 600 years of oppression, right? And Silver, you and I have had private talks, and we don't ascribe and put say the white man I do this, but what I'm saying that we can't discount the residual effect of what this institution of slavery has done. Now,
Mm.
when you look at wanting to belong, right? So the field slave and the house slave are different. A lot of times it is the lighter skin or the mixed slave them working at the house, and for them work easier. Every field slave wanted to belong and be a part of that group because them wear better clothes and they eat better food and everything there, and they get less harassment. And it trickle down right down Silburn where you always want to be a part of the group that is most welcome. You want to belong,
You
right?
want to
So
belong,
that's why
but
so that's why you have young boys even joining gangs.
it was the field slave that let us have freedom now. Remember that.
Yeah, no. That's true. But it was also the house slave that taught us to read the free slave to read and write because they were exposed to education,
Mm.
right? But what I'm saying it is in our innate nature to um Scotty said some things were just factually incorrect.
So we keep talking. Yeah, keep talking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What I'm saying is that when you look at everybody wants to belong, you know. So it's the men and the young men they want to belong, and them she say, how can we um feel a part of the happenings what go on? Them join gangs, you know, or them join one youth club, or they try to attach themselves to something. The colorism and the classism, even with the ghetto youth, them once them acquire wealth, right? They then want to assimilate or want to attach to the uptown crowd. They no longer want to identify with the ghetto. That's why the ghetto is not built up. If you notice, we don't have people who acquire wealth from the rural areas or from the the ghetto. Them don't reinvest back in them community. They move out, so they move out with the wealth, the knowledge, and the know-how. Right? And so everybody say, boy, yo, more want to be like, you know, like Matalan, them are more to be like you see, and them are more to be like that. But you don't have a wealth of that example in front of you in your space. So you want to belong to who are the movers and shakers in Jamaica. The bleaching phenomenon has nothing to do with entertainment and music or that. People bleach
Pause.
right
You
now.
gotta pause, man. You gotta pause. Play the music. Everything stop. Party mash up.
Silver, one had the silver. Pull up, silver. Silver, pull up, silver. Silver, pull up, silver. Pull up. Silver, pull up, tune.
I don't know what Lester is
Go
saying,
on
you
in.
know. Good evening,
Go on
guys.
in.
How are you? How are you guys
Good.
doing this evening?
Jo-
How are you guys doing this evening?
Silver,
Are you all okay this
one
evening?
other man.
You're all looking so
One
great.
other man. Silver. But you know what say Jolly get independence.
Hi, Jody. You
Bro
look so
got freedom. Bro got freedom of
Hi,
freedom.
Vito. Hi, Vito. Do you know what happened? I don't know what Lester is saying, but I was always free. You know? So I don't know what Lester is saying. I had no restrictions. Even with COVID, I had no restrictions. I'm an essential worker. I was free to do whatever I want. So I don't know what you're talking about.
at essential work.
Watch your boss, them man. Watch the
Yo,
boss, them.
Silburn had to pull up that one, though.
Oh, yes,
No.
it is.
Well, I'm
My
just
bridge
saying.
flight green little.
Jody, welcome. You're beautiful as usual. Nice to see you.
So
again.
are you, beautiful woman? You are just so radiant this evening. I saw you putting on your red lipstick. Damn.
Yeah, I gotta maintain.
And our guys are looking handsome as usual. Lester, when you do that, you don't look handsome again. Smile again.
So
Smile like you
one
were smiling before.
of bald head and one of clean face. I tell you, boy. I tell
Yeah,
you.
man, they're handsome fellas and they have beautiful smiles.
They must be from Jamaica.
I tell you,
Jody,
Lester, you and I know that you come from the better part of Jamaica.
Oh, look at that beauty. Oh.
Thank you very much, man. It's a bad mind. Bad mind. What is
Hey,
it?
yo!
Bad mind.
No,
Bad
Silver!
mind. What is it?
How you pull up the one that's so fast, Lester? No,
Jody, that's called bad mind, Jody. Bad mind.
I know
It's
that.
not water,
I
Ochi.
understand. That's all they have in Ochireus, water.
All right, Jody, drink your water and mind the business. Because when you start
Well, I'm not drinking water this evening, actually. I found something that I actually like.
Jody, is that Bailey's?
Yeah, but this one has coffee in it. The
Oh,
blue
that's
label has coffee. It's really
Okay.
nice.
All right, good. When I come down, Jody, I'll make sure I see you so I could get that.
Of
Next-
course, girl. No, this going to be done by the time you come, so yeah, we have to get another one. We just go to the store and get one.
Yeah, we gotta stack up when I come down.
I know. You know that you have to get my drink when I come up, right?
Of course.
You know, we have business to talk now, right? Because things
Anytime
becoming
you like.
concrete.
Yes, yes, we will talk.
Yes,
after.
I'm telling you, it
Not-
is. Yeah,
Don't
we
talk
have
to me
to.
tonight, Jody. Do not talk to me tonight because I'm Jody. Look what I'm drinking. So don't talk to me. I'm drinking Crown, and this is the XO. And I'm not. This is like $150, guys. I'm just letting you know. So Crown, you break. I'm broke, man. Come on now. So if your CEO is listening, this is the shot. What I use for Spanish stuff. Is that Spanish sound?
Oh, what that?
Can't nobody deliver Duncan Jack
Oh,
like.
that's Duncan. Oh, that is Duncan.
Nice.
Yeah, that's Duncan. No. Duncan's is going to be empty for them. Set that early morning.
It's COVID. It's COVID.
But then that is just a part of Trelawney. You have to remember that Trelawney is very big.
Is that
You
where
never
you're
see two
from?
dog or two puss.
You have to pull up Falmouth now. New Falmouth, not old Falmouth. New Falmouth, because there is New Falmouth and old Falmouth. So you have to find the real New Falmouth. All right.
But anyway, guys,
Yeah.
Jody, we
So
were-
Silburn, what on the Silburn? You couldn't pull up Cherry Garden or Smoky Vale or
No, he must go in a ghetto when them did invade the ghetto and all of them something. Then no, you
I
can't do
typed
that.
up West Kingston, and that's what came up. You didn't say Cherry Garden. You said West Kingston, Leicester.
Yeah, but
No, Leicester said West Kingston.
Leicester is all right. Don't worry, it will
I
come
said
back
Kingston.
around.
I said
Leicester, it will come back around.
Kingston.
Don't worry yourself, darling. It
I
will
said
come back
Kingston.
around.
Where you say Leicester?
Vita, you're knitting. That looks so granny like right now.
Jody, drink. Jody, drink and stop. Okay, have another drink. And by the way, I am a grandma, and I'm very proud of it. I have two beautiful grandkids. So Jody, and I come proud my grandmother. You know, Jody.
Oh God, let's go. Wait.
Silver, I'm gonna sign a disclaimer. I'm not included. I feel like I don't belong.
It's you come on the program, knitting, Vita.
No, this is a pastime of mine that I do all the time.
I can imagine it is very soothing.
It's very soothing, and that is beautiful. Where is that?
Cherry Garden.
That's not in Cherry Gardens.
Oh.
Yes, it says Cherry Garden. That's where the picture comes.
That is beautiful.
You know where that building is? I think that building is off Waterloo Road, as a matter of fact.
That look like Ville Royale.
Or Vale Royal, probably.
Okay.
Well, Silver, I really appreciate you showing these pictures because, and as you know, living overseas, it can be, unless you know it too, sometimes we do get homesick. Sometimes we do want to go home, especially with that beautiful water that you grew up with.
I tell you.
It's really something that we miss a lot.
The water me grow up in the town, never beautiful. Not in Kingston Harbour.
What's that?
No. No, Lester, you just solidify everything that Silburn was showing a while ago. I don't understand.
That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful.
Let me talk truth.
Beautiful. And Lester, I must say, I respect with you the honesty that you have as far as and I will tell everybody, I come from country. I always say I'm a country girl. It doesn't matter where I go. I'm from the country of Jamaica. I'm not from Kingston. And everybody, they have this thing to say, oh, I'm from Kingston.
Hang on a second. We have done an injustice because so many people are commenting about what's going on here. I've got to bring in
Lord,
this.
are we not paying them no man? Hold
My
on.
days. It's a shame.
Oh.
It's really bad. I need to reprimand you guys. Let's Claudia Sidiel, which is my sister there. Ramos and Woody were the names of
Which
the
is
big
my
dog.
good friend.
Deanna Crossfield, no Leicester. Leicester and whoever think like him define black women beauty by European standards. That's you, Leicester there. Leicester,
Yes.
He's shaking his head, yes. Mm-hmm.
Is the most influential impact on the youths. Claudia Sidiel and the house slave were sometimes used to spy on the field slaves.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's why them red niggas do. Yes? Yeah, they do. But what I must say with this,
the bad mind culture, they move out of the ghetto and migrate to Denmark
Netherlands.
to Netherlands.
Netherlands.
But what I must recommend Lester about, and it's one thing I have noticed over the time, is that he's a very honest person when it comes to this is where I'm from. You know, I have uplifted myself, and this is where I'm at. And you know, same thing I'll say. I grew up. I went to Ochi High School. I grew up in the country, and that's who I am. You know, I am a Black Jamaican girl who have faced classism in Jamaica because we were okay. We were not rich, and there are times when I felt like we were treated differently. And again, there was also times when my grandmother would say to me that you cannot associate with those people because, you know, and I felt when I look back now, even when I look at what my grandmother said, it was like my grandmother was telling me that I was better than other people. What is it that Lester? Lord of mercy. Lester, what's that now?
Mix up now.
Chocolate.
What's that?
And Lester, you're full of chocolate. You know, just say you need vanilla, you don't want no chocolate. What happened now? Also, Lester.
See, vanilla.
Lester, you drink chocolate drink and eat vanilla ice cream. Okay.
I want to make sure that we get back to that bit because I really want to touch on the government and the party thing and the opening up of Jamaica because Jody is really ready to go out tonight. So
go out tonight. I was never a party person, and I don't think I mean, like for me, it's not my thing. I am learning, by the way, to do things differently, Sid. In terms of open myself to different experiences since COVID. So I'm a little bit more open-minded. I think I want to experience.
Elaborate and open-minded for us, Jody, please.
What's that? I didn't get that.
The experiences that I'm because
I missed that one. Rewind again. Come again. Rita, what you said?
She said she's more open-minded, and I said, Jody, can you please
no the culture or Jamaica? I grew up very sheltered, and I continued into just not explore going to dances, enjoying certain a certain way because it was just not my thing. It's still not my thing, but I think we are being frozen.
So Jody, you never dash out yet, Jody?
No,
what is dash out?
I've never been to a dance.
You never dash out yet?
What is dash out?
Never been to a dance, and
Hold on,
no, I'm telling you, Lester, it's true, Lester, just cool, no man, just chill out, no man. Cool, Lester. Just listen, Lester.
So Jody,
listen.
You're not one of them, but
I'm mute him. He's muted. He's muted. He's muted.
But the truth is, I think though, my only concern about this the spontaneous opening up is that I am afraid that our Jamaicans are not going to be responsible. The last 24 hours, we've had 3 major accidents.
Yes.
Road accidents with deaths and multiple hospitalization. And I know the burden it has on our healthcare system because they were already overburdened with the advent of COVID and recovering from that. And they know all these road fatalities are increasing on a daily basis. And we need to be a little bit more responsible. You can't be callous just because you're free, I should say, because we were never, in captive. But I'm just saying that just because we're free means we need to be reckless. We need to be responsible because it is going to economically affect us. And whether we believe it or not, we are already facing an economic crisis with this, increase in oil affecting every sector. We have to be careful about all the other ripple effects. And that is where my concern is.
Jody, I have a question. So America never really...
Well, 1 second, listen. Let Vita ask a question.
America never really shut down it, like shelter in place like Jamaica did. But do you think that now that the government said, okay, free, go ahead and kill yourself because that's what you all been crying for? Do you think that that's having a difference? Because although there was, the government said there was a shutdown, I went to Jamaica and it was not shut down. People were partying same way. There was no shutdown. It was on
Yeah,
paper, but
but
people were
people
still.
were partying in Jamaica too. But it's I let me tell you something. We have a mindset thing in Jamaica, right? Um, if we are given restrictions, we're gonna break the rules. But we're gonna break the rules understanding that we're breaking the rules. When we have the freedom, we're gonna get loose and get away and no business with nobody because them say we're free, right? And so it's like a mentality thing. Because we can do this, we're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it excessively. You getting what I'm saying?
I do.
Yes.
Uh,
So
mhm.
that is the it's just a mindset thing. And I think though we need to be careful how we do this, because I mean you're moving from one extreme to the next. I said the same thing with the kids going back to school, and we saw that ripple effect. I can guarantee you there are hundreds of teachers and principals who would be willing to say that what they've had to deal with in the last 3 weeks that they've been back to school face to face, the amount of issues that they've had to deal with, and it comes from a myriad of things. My sister is an acting principal for her school, and I can tell you it's a number of things. I'm surrounded at least by 3 or 4 schools, and the teachers and principals are like they have issues to deal with, and it's a flood of them. When they were going to school in smaller groups, then the teachers were able to deal with the smaller groups. But when they're there all at once now, having to deal with all the problems, hey, is enough issues. You want to hear some of the children's conversations now. It did bad before, it wasara now. Wasara. You
It
hear the
was
word the left off?
Wasara.
Wasara.
That's a new word in
Um,
Jamaica. Wasara.
but but Jody, I have to correct you on something. It's not
Yes,
a
I'm listening.
spontaneous. It's not a spontaneous opening of the economy, or the, well, not economy. It's not a spontaneous opening of Jamaica. The Prime Minister said the last time when he gave an update of the COVID numbers and the COVID restrictions, and he has been incrementally relaxing the COVID, especially the
Yeah, I
curfew
agree to that.
times
I
for,
agree with that. I agree with that.
right?
So if
And
I
he
use
said the
spontaneously,
last
it
time,
wasn't in that way. Yeah.
yeah. But truth be told, Jamaica was never ever. I talk since
Yeah.
December 2019. Jamaica never lacked dance a keep straight same way. In fact,
Hmm.
Valentine's Day last year, just in a Hanover and Westmoreland, there was 580 dance between the Valentine's, the Friday, the Saturday, the Sunday. Just in two parish there.
Hmm.
580 dance. So we're not talking the other parish there. What what is happening is that people are now free to go about their business after midnight, right?
Yeah.
Freely. Because they used to do it anyway. So
Mm.
what we are seeing now is more people are going to be on the streets now. More people are going to be out in the parties. More events. I keep on them something there. Brogan announced it Thursday, and by Thursday night, the amount of flyer me see will
Like
start
everything was
come to
being
my
waiting.
inbox. I'm
Yeah.
like, what is this? Yeah, but especially for persons with the Jamaica Labour Party were promoters, I got information that he was going to free it up almost like 2 or 3 days before in talk Thursday,
Hmm.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
right? So yeah, so I got information that he was going to free it up on Thursday, you know.
Mm.
Hmm.
So people start make plan, people start make flyer, people start make book venues and anything there. Um, What I'm not concerned about the road thing because accident happen right through. I am
So you don't
concerned,
think it's an
and
increase in
Jody
that?
is
You don't think
concerned
it's an
also.
increase? You don't think there's an increase in accident?
No, 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 no,
Jody,
no, no,
what's your
no,
take,
no,
Jody?
No,
On that?
no,
no.
no, no,
No, well, I'm
no.
talking about in the last
Before
24 hours, Lester. I'm talking in the last 24 hours. Just how
but
it has happened. It's just
no, I,
interesting to see what the ripple effects are going to be.
But we have to
yeah,
get
no,
back
no,
to
I
normal.
understand. I understand what you're saying, Jody. But what I'm saying, if you look at during the height of COVID, the
Hmm.
road accidents numbers in 2021 were higher than in 2020. The height of
Yeah.
COVID. You understand me?
Hmm.
So there's not no drastic increase. What I am
Yeah.
concerned
No, I'm
about,
not.
I have spoken to many
I said there's an
teachers.
increase in just 24 hours. What has happened?
I understand. I meant to accident to accident. You understand
Jody,
me?
wait, hold on.
It is not
Jody,
nothing with
Jody, are
lifting of
you
the
saying
curfew.
that since the opening is like there's a casting off restraint where people are now getting wild, like this girl, listen, Lexi Dixie or whatever like that, who died. She was
Mhm.
dashing some party down in promoting something, I don't know. You think it's a casting off
Yeah,
restraint?
she's from like about she's from about 50 minutes up the road
Yeah.
from where I am. And the accident happened just close to where she's from as well. So what I was saying is that what I think, Lester, what I'm trying to explain is in the last 24 hours that this has been, announced, we have to bear in mind that even though people were coming out still, there is this sense of, oh, I'm free, I'll be reckless with my freedom.
Okay,
That is
stick
what
on
I
the
get
freedom.
from
Stick
it.
on the freedom there. Mark, how are you, sir?
Boy, I can't complain enough. Life is good.
Are
You're
you in
free,
Jamaica?
Mark. What you drinking?
Can you hear me?
You can hear you clearly.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Mark.
Yeah, I've been hearing a little bit of a discussion earlier.
Are you in Jamaica?
The whole lockdown business, I think, is a power thing.
Are you in
You know, I'm
Jamaica,
in
Mark?
actually in Florida. I'm going to Jamaica in a few weeks. No,
Mark,
I'm
are
in
you in
Florida.
Jamaica? Are you in
I'm going
Florida?
to Jamaica in a few weeks. But what I'm saying, no, I'm in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, in Florida. But what I'm saying, I've been in Jamaica in a couple of weeks. What I'm saying is that it seems as if the lockdown thing is a power thing, and there are other motives for locking people down. I don't think it has anything to do with COVID. They're using COVID as an excuse to indulge in other activities. Personally speaking, though, to be objective about it, I think we also need to have zones that are noise free. I mean, we need to learn from our past and look forward, and I think we need to really think about that. It's all well and good that people can have a dance until 3-4 o'clock in the morning, but at the same time, you shouldn't impact anybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we need to kind of look on things like that. I know it's our culture. That's the way I was brought up. We're all brought up like that. But moving forward, I think we need to look on areas where it's kind of noise free, so people have an understanding of what's going on. Because some people may not want to hear all this noise at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. It's just a fact of life. We cannot impact the lives of others. Freedom
Mark,
has responsibility.
yeah. Mark, just a second. Jody Marie was on a point there talking about the opening up and the recent accidents. Jody, so you explain what you're saying, Jody, properly, because I stopped you while Mark was coming on. And
No, I was just going back over what Lester had said. I'm saying that I'm not comparing the numbers to any years or anything. I'm just talking about in the last 24 hours. And I'm just saying we just need to be mindful based on what we've seen in the last 24 hours. I'm not saying that it's more than any other time. I'm not comparing it to the statistics. I'm just saying based on what I've seen in the last 24 hours, we need to be careful how we go about doing what we're doing, because if there is to be the reckless behaviors on the road, and it's just been 24 hours, you can imagine if that's a ripple effect every other night because we are in this heightened excitement. It's not gonna last forever, you know. This heightened excitement is not gonna last forever. It's gonna be like a 9-day wonder. You know what I mean? And the hype is there for a while, and then everybody's just gonna go back to the way things were before, right? That's what I think. So it's not gonna be
What is
party
the concern?
nonstop.
I didn't hear the concern.
Sorry,
What was
Mark?
the concern? I didn't hear what you was saying before that. What was the concern? What was the concern? I didn't hear the
Oh,
the
we
first
were
part of
just
it.
talking about the amount of accidents that have happened in the last 24 hours, you know, since the Prime Minister's announcement. So
Hold on.
I was
Motor vehicle accident?
yes,
Is that motor vehicle accident?
correct.
Yes,
Well,
Mark.
you know something. We need to have some serious. No, we have a problem with them guys. Them guys drive like some madman, man. And not only that, but they people are buy license and them guys who sell license and give people access to drive is like giving a man with a gun who can't shoot straight. You know,
Mark, I
we
have
need
a
to really
question for you, Mark. Mark, I have a question for you.
go on.
And license been selling in Jamaica since I was a teenager. So that's nothing new. That have nothing to do with what's happening now. But
Yeah, but we now have a more indisciplined Jamaica. How about that?
well, that's a form of your perspective. But here's the question I want to ask you. There's
Well, I
always
live in Jamaica, so
there's always a bigger picture. So you said that now that the country is open is a power struggle and it's all about power. Can you elaborate on that as far as what is that? Opening the country, what is the power? Because there's always a bigger picture. You might know something that the rest of us Jamaicans don't know. So can you elaborate on that, please?
Well, okay. First of all, I think the curfew and all that kind of stuff was really a power thing for the government. Okay, for them to exercise their own agenda. Has nothing to do with to exercise their own agenda. Okay, it has nothing, because if you look at their behavior as government ministers and their other subordinates, they don't observe the same protocols that they're putting on the Jamaican people. So it's all a farce. We all understand that, and that is why we marched on Garden House for freedom for the Jamaican people. Jamaica needs a complete reset of values and everything else that goes on with it.
Mark, could you hold a second, please? I'm Silver. While he's speaking, there's some. Can you mute us because
No. It is actually Mark. I think Mark has some family people in the car, isn't it, Mark? I think it's.
Oh, so the noise is coming
from. I think it's from Mark's side. It's from Mark's side. Yes.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Mark.
Keep talking, Mark.
No, I'm saying to you, Jamaica needs a complete reset. You talked about what happened earlier on when people used to buy license and there wasn't any. If you look on the bigger picture, Jamaica has been transformed. I mean, I left Jamaica in 1979. Okay, you came in a little bit. I left Jamaica in 79, and when I moved back, it was like I was in a different country. Seriously, guys. I mean,
true. Yes, I see that.
The people have changed in such a dramatic way.
Yeah.
And I mean, we need to be really realistic about who we are right now, and we may have to implement measures that are in sync with the people that we are today, which includes the Constitution, as a matter of fact. Jamaica's Constitution was actually crafted when Jamaica was a different place, which is why I believe in a living document. The Constitution should be a living document. It can't be just be something that etched in stone forever, you know. But you know, some guys, I think,
Mark, what you're saying is that the Constitution now needs to be amended to suit the type of culture that we have now compared to 1969.
Absolutely, which also includes removing the Queen as head of state as well, and the Governor General. You understand? We're tired of this colonial business. Jamaica has to craft a course that is in sync with our direction and not those of our former president. Okay? Those are the type of conversations we need to be having for us to change Jamaica, because Jamaica not going to change unless they do them thing there. You understand? As a matter of fact, one reason why we started a new political movement called the UIC is because I've tried JP, PNP, and nobody is doing anything to change the trajectory of Jamaica in the context of corruption, transparency, and due process for all the people. There's one set of laws for Jamaica, the one that I set of laws for the people in power. That's why nobody can go to jail who's in power. When you're in power, you get due process. And it carry over for years until you forget about it. But if you're a regular Jamaican, you leave 3 years in, you go in jail. You understand? That's why we're trying to get the UIC as the next government. And we are moving in that direction, and we will be the next government.
Okay, Mark, I hear what you're saying, though. I hear what you're saying, but it doesn't no.
Mark, you want Mark? Lester, you want to say something, Lester?
Lester,
I think Lester should something. I think Lester should say something.
No, it is very unfortunate that Mark has made these utterances. You know, like when he said that to further the government's agenda, what is he speaking of? What agenda? What benefit the government have to lock them own economy down and stop the growth and stop people from earning, and what agenda? It cannot benefit the government of Jamaica than for have the place run and open up and stuff like that. I don't understand what Mark is saying. He needs to be a little bit more specific in that area. Right? Because this action hurt Andrew. Andrew was coming from a high of, could you allow me to speak, Mark? I allowed you to speak. I listened.
Yeah, Lester, you slept through his speech. So, yeah.
No. I was listening. No, I was listening to everything. I was listening to everything. The leader of the country was coming from a high of 82%. He's down to 46% now, due to the COVID measures, due to all the restrictions and all of that, right? So how is this benefiting him? I don't see what the reality in what Mark is saying, right? Also, what we have to understand is that we are signatures to many treaties, to many countries, right? So there are certain things that we have to follow. Even if we give it the Queen, we have to follow certain things because we're not an isolated country. So there's a lot of things that Mark is saying, and the UIC has a message as if that we can operate on our own in the world, and that is so sad because there are some bright people in UIC, but the message is just totally confusing at times.
Well, it's confusing. It's confusing if you don't know what's going on. I can understand that. I can understand your confusion. That's what happens when you don't understand the bigger picture. The bigger picture, my friend, is that we've been oppressed. The people you see in power today are just is a different face of the same oppression. You understand that? So for us to be truly liberated from the system, we have to craft a new system that Jamaicans have crafted, not these colonial influence persons that the Queen set up to with a different face, where the game is the same. So, for instance, right, for a candidate to run in the Jamaican election under the UIC banner, they have to be nominated by the Jamaican people, not the party. The party can't say, boy, I want my brethren to go down and send this and run. No, it don't work so. That person who offers himself as a candidate would have to be validated by their own people. So they become the manager of that parish. The prime minister or the president will have to run separately and be validated by the Jamaican people. So there's no collusion between the prime minister and his ministers. If the prime minister wants to put together a cabinet, he has to present the cabinet to the Senate. The Senate is the one who will have to approve them based on their qualifications and their ability to lead their particular portfolio. So that in itself is transformational. It prevents the collusion and the corruption that goes on in Jamaica, that we will not continue to accept these foolishness by these persons who don't care about Jamaica. And if you think that is okay, my friend, then we're on the wrong page. You need to get baptized, brethren. Baptized in truth. Because right now, what you tell me is you're speaking, you're echoing the talking points. Go on down to go on to go down to 95. Go to, no, go to 95, like all right.
Okay,
All
two
right,
different
Mark.
shows. We having two different shows here.
Mark, okay.
No, three different show. No, I'm
Different show.
kind of say what I wanted to say. I'm saying to you that the brother, I understand his misinformation and his attitudes. It's based on what he grew up on. We looked on it from scratch. What is the best way, based on what the realities of Jamaica today? How can we transform Jamaica where persons want to go to Jamaica can feel safe, they can be protected and independent? We are not independent. We're still dependent on the foreign powers. We need to be more, we need to deal with what Jamaica's assets are and take advantage of our agriculture, protecting the environment, that kind of thing.
All right, Mark. Jamaica's just been opened up now, and that's where we're at. Jamaica is open up now, and Ukraine and the conflict there has increased with the petrol prices. Things are going up, as Jody alluded to earlier. That's where we're at now. I don't think we're going to see a UIC yet or an election yet at this time. Jody was talking about the recent spate of accidents because people are now going to have parties. Vita said party has been going on for a while. Not parties, but parties been going on for a while. Accidents has been going for a while. Lester said accidents have been going for a while. It doesn't make a big difference regarding the opening up. Where do you see Jamaica going to now? In the immediate,
well, first of all,
the foreseeable future.
Well, I think we need to focus on enforcement, traffic enforcement. If a man is driving drunk, he needs to lose his license for at least 5 years, or take him car. We need to be serious because one of the biggest issues we have with accidents in Jamaica is a lot of people, I think, behind the gun crimes. Reckless driving has contributed to most of Jamaicans being killed. Seriously, guys, it's a very serious problem, and I don't think the enforcement is there as it ought to be. I think we have to enforce the laws that we have and be very serious about them. It's not going to change. I'm afraid to drive in Jamaica. I'm a yard man, I drive anywhere. I live in Mandeville, I drive anywhere. And it's dangerous because a lot of these people who are driving hurry come up. They're not getting the real train that we had when I was in high school. I started driving when I was 16 years old. You have to go up on a ramp and with stick shift and them thing and learn how to drive without the car going back. And it was very, very tough to get a license in Jamaica. No, it's easy.
Mark,
and with corruption as well.
Mark, it's not corruption in Jamaica. I've never drive for a license in Jamaica. You have money, you do whatever you want in Jamaica. It is what it is.
Jesus, Vito.
Jody, where do you see things now? Because you're there. You're the only one on the rock there now, presently.
As I was saying before, Silburn, my only concern at this point in time is that we just need to be a little bit more responsible with our actions. Yes, we have this freedom. I notice I'm putting it in quotation because we were never really locked down. You're getting what I'm saying? So now that we have this freedom, let us not be too reckless with it. Let us still just be responsible, because if that doesn't happen, we are going to have a ripple effect on our economy, on our healthcare system, and a number of things are going to happen. So yes, we want to party. Yes, we want to stay out after midnight. All of these things that we want to do, but just do it in a responsible way. You know what I mean?
And when you're talking about the health factor or the impact on the health service, you're talking about accidents, isn't it?
Not just the accidents, the violence that will occur as a result of this, because there's going to be increased parties, there's going to be increased conflicts between people for very simple reason. And if you're intoxicated, a fight going broke out or wouldn't broke out if you're never intoxicated. I'm just saying it's a ripple effect, right? Okay. So we just have to be responsible as a people. That's all I'm saying.
Do we think that the government opened up the country because they went to the Shensia party and they get busted?
Silver, you worse than Lester. Lister, I'm gonna put out a disclaimer. Whatever I'm saying after this is it's all about Mr. Crown Royal. But Jody, at this point in life, the people that are driving, I would say 90% of the people who drive in Jamaica are adults. And there's a lot of conspiracy saying that with the COVID, that Warren Buffett and all those people that they're trying to wipe out certain amount of genocide, certain amount of people, right? And that they're doing it to kill out mostly black people, right? So the government opened up the country and they're killing off themselves. At this point, and I'm in the medical field, the people that are killing themselves, let them kill themselves. The people who don't want to wear masks or take the COVID
No,
vaccine.
that's Vita, because no, you see, no, when you said, okay,
May I finish? Because
continue
what
then.
happens is that we are adults and we need to be accountable for our action. And if you're gonna drink and drive and die, bury you. Move on. Next. That is what choice you made to drive while drunk. I'm in my house drinking. You cannot get me go through my front door. Because what happened, I am home. If I were out, I probably have one glass of wine if I'm having dinner, and that's it. I am responsible for my action. You cannot blame the government for opening up the country and saying because the country opened, people are behaving recklessly. Then we don't need those people in Jamaica. Jamaica need to be revamped, and these are the people who are dying. Let them die. We need a new Jamaica, and if so, we have to get rid of them. Let's get rid of them. Go drive drunk and kill yourself. Because
No, Vita, I'm not agreeing with it.
no, we need a new Jamaica, and if you're going to be irresponsible and drive while you're drunk, Jamaica don't have money for to put you in jail and feed you. We don't have that money. So what happened is that when you drive drunk and then we're going to put you in jail and give you 3 meals per day, we don't have money for that. So if you cannot be responsible, you pay for what it is. There's a Jamaican saying, if you don't hear, you'll feel. So it's better for the country if they're dead. Because the fact is that you're not supposed to drive drunk while you're drinking. It's
Yes,
responsibility.
Vita, but my thing is, Vita, they're not just killing off themselves, they're putting other people at risk. Other people who are not drinking, other
I
people who are
agree.
not involved in these things.
I
So to
agree.
say that now, Vita, it's almost saying go do what you want to do and kill off yourself, but then you can kill off other people in the process.
Jody, I
There
agree, but
is a more
life is not
responsible way
fair.
to look
Who
at
said
it,
life is
Vita.
fair? Who said
That I
life is
don't agree with.
No, I understand, and I wasn't saying this for anyone to agree with me. Life is not fair, and the situation is that it is what it is. You're in the wrong place at the wrong time. And who to say that this is the time when you die? It's not time to move to the next chapter of your life. Who said this is it? As far as death, maybe there's another dimension that you need to go now. So let's keep you going. You don't know
Vita,
what's happening. It's
yeah.
life.
Yeah, Vita, I think I hear what you're saying, and if it was only those persons who are dying, one could maybe see some sort of sense, even though one that is still
Yeah,
worse.
but they're
Like what
killing
Michelle said,
innocent people.
like what Michelle said, Vita, you hear what you just said. The ones who are driving drunk are the ones who kill the innocent people.
Yeah, and innocent people die. All right, say for example the one that happened here in Trelawney. 4 people died. They collided with a van that was carrying tourists. They were visitors
The
on
one
the
with
And
island.
who said
That's
those
bad.
tourists are innocent? Who said those tourists
No,
are
we're
innocent?
not saying that they're innocent or they're guilty, Vita. I'm just saying it creates a ripple effect because no, you're gonna hear that another thing to be afraid of in Jamaica is crazy drivers, and that's gonna affect our tourism sector. It's gonna affect jobs if we have less tourists coming to Jamaica. I'm just saying, Vita, on a whole, I just
There's
think you
drunk and
have.
drive here. People kill people here. We call
I
here we
think the
have
crown is talking now. I honestly think the crown is talking now, so we need to switch. Lester, do you want to say something? I think you should say something, Lester, because I think crown
but
is
it's
talking right
reality
now.
though. We need to face
And I
reality.
can't
It
argue
is what it
with
is.
crown.
It's not the government who are killing these people. You know, so I'm just saying that you can't say because the government opened the country that these are happening. It's not so.
No, that is not what I am saying, Vita. I'm just saying that people need to know, be responsible with this.
Well, that's what
This
Crown
newfound
here,
freedom.
Jody.
That is what I said.
Jody,
I
that's
never
what Crown
said that
here.
the government was wrong. The government has all the rights. We never needed to lock down in the first place. But what I'm saying is we just need to be responsible with our actions at this point in time.
Well, Mark, you really bring out that point there about the reckless driving as well. As Scotty said, they do campaigns on TV and radio to drive this sort of awareness. Mark, what do you say about that? Yeah.
Well, I think we should take away their ability to drive. In other words, if somebody displays a level of irresponsibility, then you irresponsible behavior, then you take away their privilege to drive. And that is what we need to focus on.
One second, Jody. One second, Vita, let Mark finish first. Yeah. Too much crowd.
No, I mean, you know, there are signs, you know. I mean, there are people who have been driving and police stop them and give a slap on the wrist and then go on to kill people after a while. Now, while I understand the image of saying the things that are wrong with Jamaica might affect our tourism, tourists need to also understand what the challenges we have to protect themselves. We cannot, you know, cover everything over and then expose people to a condition that may harm them. So it's a double-edged sword. We have to warn people, but at the same time, we have to protect our image in Jamaica as well. I understand that. But the government's responsibility is to protect our citizens by removing these persons from having the privilege to drive a car.
Yes.
By seizing their cars and denying them a license. As simple as that. It's a privilege. When you drive with a license, it's a privilege to drive.
How would that stop me from driving if I want to drive? How would that stop me? You tell my license to stop me from driving.
Vita, hold on. Do not, Vita, listen, hold on, Vita, do not argue with him. Let the UIC representative speak and, you know, let the population hear.
I don't think Mark is not here representing the UIC. Are you, Mark?
He did. So. He mentioned the UIC and what Jamaica did. He did, Silburn.
Listen, man. Check this out. I'm on the phone with members of the UIC. I was the first vice president. Okay. I'm not in the day-to-day runs of UIC anymore because I don't like politics. See? But I'm a country for change. Anything wrong with that?
No, you are absolutely, and I agree with you. The country needs
no.
Okay, so
but taking up.
But I know enough to expand on some views that we have had at the inception of the movement. Okay, so what I'm saying to you is that we believe in discipline and freedom. We give freedom to be a sovereign person. But at the same time, with freedom comes responsibility. You cannot impact the lives of others because of your freedom. That's the basic feeling about the UIC, which is one reason why we're against the lockdown. If you want to wear a mask, that's your responsibility to protect yourself. You want to you know what the challenges are? We as a government must reliable information that protects you, not influenced by outside forces, influenced by the development by our own agenda. America have their agenda which may not be in sync with Jamaica's development. So we have to be honest about things. Whatever we say, it has to be the truth. We can't lie about stuff. You understand? So it's important that we have people in government that love our country and love our people. And once you have that, once you love our people and love your country, I'm sure you'll make the right decision that benefits all of us. But ladies and gentlemen, I really love the conversation tonight, but I really do have to go. But God bless you guys.
Thanks for joining, Mark.
Big up yourself, Mark.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah, man.
UIC for life.
What's that?
You guys have to be careful now, because my mother is watching. My sister said my mother is watching. Say hi to my mother.
Hi, mommy.
Hi, mom. How are you?
That's so deep.
Hey, mommy.
Peace, mommy.
That was not representing peace. You know, I have a difficulty in. All right, I was raised in a PNP home, right? A lot of people don't know that. My father is a staunch PNP activist, and one of the reasons at 10 years old or 9-year-old that I started to to move toward the Jamaica Labour Party is that everybody around me hated Edward Seaga and hated the JLP, right? And like everything what the JLP said in the 80s was wrong and bad. I mean, I say there's nothing that is absolutely bad or absolutely good, right? You have to have variations in everything, right? And whenever I hear members of the UIC talk, it's as if the government can do no good. That like no initiative at all what the government do is right. Um, and I'm gonna twist it now to the topic at hand. For a third party like UIC, with a lot
Yes.
of university students and university members, and we as a nation have to make our effective, strong black voices be heard that listen, stop talking with like say we are 5 year old. Stop come to us with hocus pocus and fairy tale things.
Yeah.
Because regardless of what you want to say, the culture of Jamaicans is a big determining factor, right? It's a big determining factor. So if for instance PMP are come with money and GLP are come with money and UIC I said them nah buy no vote, UIC will never get ever get a seat because we have to need reality that people during election time use it as a means to say, look here, me no soon for the last 4 year or 5 year, this time I want my vote, who come with the money. That are the culture of the people that can't change,
Mm.
right? That cannot change because of how our politics set up. The UIC talk like them are some brand new Jamaicans from somewhere me no know.
Yeah.
No, we are the educated people. We are the people persons who love Jamaica, who concern, who
Listen,
have
we are educated. I
a
say
more
UIC
open.
is not educated. Sorry, I don't understand.
He said they're educated university students. So yes, they are educated.
Yeah, I did say that. But I'm saying I'm talking the population now.
Yeah.
We have to speak in a strong, effective voice and say,
Yeah.
listen, we want practical solutions. We want solutions that are going to affect our lives, right? I have said it on your program before, and I will continue to say it. What I want to see from Jamaica is a serious paradigm shift. I want us to focus on and we're too all over the place. We need to narrow down our focus and say, boy, look here, we are going to infuse agriculture with agriculture with technology, right?
Yeah.
It is the voice of the people have to come out and tell the leaders of the country, say, listen, this is the direction we want to go, right? We are too late because of people, and we are tech, we are a take and a receive and a take and a receive. We need to start to listen. What has been done over the last 60 years have not worked. I can tell you this. Jamaica's high murder rate in 6 months can come down to like 2, 3 a year with just serious, effective execution of certain things.
You know
Right?
what I said? You know what I said?
So, but
Yeah,
but
go on, listen. Yeah, finish me.
no
You know
no
what?
go on,
You know what
Silver.
I said last week? I said last week it would be a great advantage and a great push for the government of Jamaica. Remember, I said this, Vita, to make the people look better than the government, to make the people look better than them. Uh, well, one would say that is not reality. That's not reality. And we're back to that point here again about leadership and to see how the government, the structure, can somehow build the people at this point. Because right now, with the Ukraine conflict, the petrol prices, and all those things are going to be affecting people. How and what can be used to bring people up to a higher level, whereby they feel somehow that the government is for them. Because right now, when we saw those pictures of the parties recent days, many people are saying these guys are not for us. They feel somewhat betrayed to a certain extent, you know. And
Right.
and let's say you said
Silver, hold on. What do you mean by betrayed?
betrayed. Because listen, when
Explain what you mean betrayed.
betrayed,
Elaborate on betrayal.
the betrayal is the fact that they saw the government up there having party and all those sort of things without mask, and yet at the same time they were supposed to be keeping masks and wearing masks. That is something. I'm not the only one saying that, Lester.
So
Maybe I'm wrong.
You know what, Lester? You know what, Lester? The country's open. Anyone
No,
can
no,
see
no, 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 Visa. Your crown is trying to crown off this thing. I mean, if I want to do the crown, let me show you. Let me show you. There. That's where you get your crown from. That's where you get your crown from.
No, so that's crown. This is crown royal. But Lester,
No, Vita. No. Let's get like
because
more
Lester do not agree with you, and the betrayal is a strong word. I was trying to push aside to say, look how beautiful Jody is without her glasses. And Jody, you should wear you know what you should wear, Jody? You should wear contacts because you are beautiful, but sometimes your glasses hide your beautiful look. You should wear contact lenses. You're so beautiful.
Vita, I don't think you should drink any more Crown for the rest of the night.
Listen,
Um,
there's
but guess what? Let me tell you something. Silburn and Lester. I'm going to agree on some of what Lester said. Um, we've been on this program long enough. We've heard information from the UIC. You guys know I'm not going to state whether I'm orange blood or I'm green blood, even though
Oh,
some
Jody,
of you
don't go
suspect
there.
that
Now we know what we
I am
know.
a blood. I
Yeah,
don't have no blood
we know.
except red.
So don't
My
No
blood
worries, no
is
worries.
not orange or green. My blood is red. Okay, not orange.
that's the blood of
Mine
Jesus.
is green.
That's
Mine
the
is
blood of
green.
Jesus.
Anyway,
Mine
no,
is
you
green.
are.
Mine is green.
Yes, mine is the blood of Jesus. Thank you very much,
Mine is
Silburn. You're
green.
such
Mine
a
is green.
sweetheart.
Mine is
No,
all
let me
about
tell
money.
you.
Mine is green. Money.
This
All
is
about
my thing. I'm going to agree with Lester on this very, very significant point. I've listened to all the persons who've come on in representation of the UIC, and if you have this great solution, there is no way that we got everything wrong from both political parties all through the years, right? It is impossible that we got all things wrong because we have seen progress, we have seen growth in Jamaica since we gained independence. We are not the same place we were before. So some of what is being said does not make any sense. It's totally ludicrous if you ask me. So to make statements, open statements like that to say that none of these governments have done anything to change the progress of Jamaica is totally wrong. I mean, I could name a number of things on both government sides that they have done to improve the quality of life of Jamaicans, right? So I think even though the UIC means good, and I understand their perspective because they have some really good points, right? The one that I love the most of all that they have said is about us all, electing a independent leader of the country. That
Yeah.
I think would be a good solution based on the fact that this leader would not be either orange or green, but somebody that we see can lead us to a futuristic path of what our Jamaica should be like, right? um and apart from that, they've said a number of other sensible things, but to always be saying that none of these governments have done anything to improve the quality of life of Jamaicans over the years is totally, when I say
I agree.
ludicrous, it's totally out the door because
Yeah.
I mean, I am old enough to have seen both parties reign and seen the development of our countries. Yes, what is wrong with you, Lester? What are you talking about?
You're young
I
enough.
don't like when Lester does that, you know.
Young enough.
You're young
No,
enough.
I thought you were going to
How old
confess.
enough?
No, I thought you were going to confess the party that you're a part of. But go ahead, go ahead.
Yes. So, so all I'm saying is this. I mean, you have great points. On they have some very good points, but you cannot outrightly say that you're going to completely change Jamaica by bringing this new way of doing things without acknowledging what has been done before. It's almost like I don't even know how that's the only thing that really is really annoying about how they present their information, um to me personally, and it annoys me a little bit
You
because
know
we
what?
have progressed as a country. We have progressed over the years since we gained independence. There are lots of things in Jamaica that are now accessible to Jamaicans, that Jamaicans are lazy to take up the offers on, that are lazy to take advantage on. And I'm sorry if I'm making it sound very broad, but a lot of opportunities have been created for Jamaicans. Jamaicans' culture has changed. Jamaica's people's way of life has changed. And it's because of how we view life now, because a lot of advantages are out there for Jamaicans to take up, but they're just damn lazy.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Jody.
Great. Yeah.
A lady named Miss Livingston say hi to you. Hi, Miss
Oh, that's
Bihari.
one of my students.
I sense
Hi,
that
Miss
when they,
Livingston.
I sense that when they say Miss, you know. And Bill Scott said Bill
But Silver,
let's I'm in the middle of something here. Can I speak, please? Jeez, I can't believe I did that. I just did that.
What is Stillborn drinking?
No. Let's always do that to everybody. So I was glad to get that one in. Build back railway system back in motion so people have other means of transport and the sleep work. Lester, you're saying. Lester.
yes. Silver, you know, one of the effects
Lester,
of
before you talk, let me show you a picture. That's my mother there, yeah? My sister just sent me a picture. There's her watching the TV. So be careful what you say to me, okay? My mother watching.
Oh Lord, now I have to watch my
no,
tongue.
no.
Now I have to watch my tongue.
Mrs. I don't know if it's Mrs. Siddal, but look, it's three.
Mrs. Sedal.
It's three buckle. It's three buckle. Right? I'm not responsible for.
Whatever I said, it's not me. It's a crown. So please forgive
It's not me.
me.
It's not me. It's the alcohol. It's the
So
alcohol.
please forgive
Yeah,
me for
but
what I said.
Well, Mrs. Siddle, I do not allow alcohol to influence what I say. So I'm very, as much as I am drinking alcohol, I'm very much sober, okay?
And that's Otres. That picture was Otres. That's my house. That's where I grew up there. That's straight to Ochi. Straight to
Okay. And I'm sure that the sand and the blocks and everything came from the something there, the mining, the riverbed in St. Mary.
Good one! Oh my God! That was a good one. I'm sorry.
But honestly, you know, my concern is like from day one, I was not with this lockdown, right? I've been saying from the Silver, we talked after here, and our thing is treat the thing like a flu, like a regular flu, and go
Yes.
about our business and just continue with life, you know? Because the regular flu used to kill thousands of people a year time. And nobody never locked the place, never locked them, right, Jody?
Correct, very correct. The statistics are literally higher than the initial statistics we had for COVID.
But also, Lester, and
Yeah.
just remember your thoughts. Not cutting you off. I don't want to be rude, but the fact is
I
that.
wasn't rude when I didn't cut off.
But
Lester.
when,
You've been rude.
well, yeah, well, I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying. But the fact is that when COVID started, we all need to look at the bigger picture. When COVID started, not one of us know what we were dealing with.
Yeah,
So
that's
the
true.
fact that the government decided that I might have to have a lockdown here in America, what we do, we close all borders. We didn't know. If we know what we know now, yes, we would have dealt with it in a different way. But no one knew what we were dealing with. So can we look at the bigger picture and said that we were gradually, as soon as data show and statistics show that this is what it is, we realized that we should have dealt with it a different way. We didn't know that. So you
But let me
can't.
tell you though, Vita, let me tell you, and we said this while we were discussing, earlier, when we couldn't use the C word and we couldn't use the V word, or we get
Okay,
locked down on
you can use it
Instagram.
now. You can use it now. We're not.
You
We're not.
understand? We're not
Yeah.
on Instagram, so we can use COVID and we can use the vaccine.
vaccine,
Every time we used it on Instagram, we were locked down. But initially, it is obvious that whatever COVID was, whatever the whole process was, it was used to exploit all people across the entire world.
I
And
don't know if I
that
agree
is
with you, though,
something.
Jody.
It cannot. No, I'm telling you, it was exploited, Vito. It was totally exploited. And I personally, and I said it before, and this is why I always tell you that I don't want nobody to come look for me and take me away. I was very careful with my words at the time, because a lot of it was a lot of things that were implemented by the people to control people in the entire world, and it was to control our behavior, it was to control how we responded to things and all of these things. So whether you want to believe it or not, we were puppets on a string for 2 years based on what we were told to do, based on
Oh,
what the
so
government said we
show
should
that
do.
again. Oh,
What was that?
you just showed my baby father to be pictured.
Oh God, help Vito. Did you get pregnant by just looking at that picture just now? Because it looks that way.
I just aborted. I got pregnant and aborted immediately. Oh, yeah.
Like you just impregnated and then all of a sudden it was aborted.
Yeah.
You guys are crazy. So as I said before, a lot of it was very was set up to control us in a sort of a way, and governments use it as a way of dealing with issues, and they were dealt with. And to know that the
You know,
studies
so me that make my point. Me that make my point. I want to come cut me. I see the word them I go up now. See the word them they are go up now. Right? I'm gonna give you done my point.
it's TV gonna sign off.
Right?
The rainbow screen going come up now. TV gonna sign off.
Right? No, we don't do rainbow. We don't do rainbow around here.
No, listen, we have to be diverse and inclusive. Remember, we are doing
we don't do rainbow around here. No.
Diversity and inclusivity. We are not prejudiced against any person that is living and breathing. They're all human beings. They're all human beings.
Not in my cabinet. Not in my cabinet.
Lester, what was the point
Okay,
you want
but
I put it in your whatnot then, and put it in your dresser since it's not in your cabinet.
But me gonna make that point quickly. My concern, Silver, on a serious level is the fallout.
What's that thing? Like you have two things sticking out behind it. What's that?
That's his earpiece.
A clothespin.
A clothespin? You have clothespin for your
No, man, a
ears?
clothespin.
Why?
Why you have clothespin on your ears? Is that new fashion trend? It is also bedazzled.
That's a Silver show.
It's a bedazzled clothespin with glitter on it, on his ears. Like seriously.
In that case,
Close up again. Close up again. My necklace here.
In that case, I'm gonna put the scissors on. What was that?
Yeah, manage.
Silver and Show bring
No,
all
I
kind
need
of.
to find.
Silver
I
and
need
Show
to
just bring.
find some put on. No, I don't know what I know.
Yeah.
I can't manage tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I can't put a straw in my hair. I can't put a straw in my hair.
Silver.
Live. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. This is a special show. Talking Sip, live and direct.
No,
from Leicester,
we can't manage this evening.
and
Make
Jody
sure you have a drink when you
Hold on.
the Silver Show. Make sure you have a drink when you join the Silver Show. Preferably Crown Royal.
Look like you advertise for your company and you get money.
I'm working. I'll be compensated sometime. I'm working. Silver, have your people call my Crown Royal people to call my people.
Yeah, I'll get them to call your people.
I think our viewers are gonna think this is a comedy show now.
Well, Vita's going to get something now.
Where's Mark?
No, Mark left long time, Jody.
Yes, where's Mark?
Okay. That's cool. That's cool.
Hmm.
Well, ladies and
Come,
gentlemen,
Yes.
come, Jody, take a picture. Jody, take a picture, Jody.
That's what I'm trying to do. Hold on, guys. I posted the first one already.
take a picture.
Yeah, got it. I'm posting everything from we started, you know.
Well, guys, listen. It's a great night. I want to thank you guys so much for coming on tonight. You know, with Crown Ambassador, Heineken. Jody, what is it that you're drinking again, Jody?
Sangsters with coffee.
Sangsters with
Where is
coffee.
it?
And for my drink, I had guava.
And not the artist stuff, right?
No, not the no, Lester. No, not the artist.
Guava juice, orange juice, and I don't remember what else is in it. No alcohol.
Vita, me feel like say you cougarize me now in the Vita.
Yeah. Oh God, no, I can't manage this evening. You guys are something else.
Straight out of Oche. By the way, I heard that you guys are upsetting the plan for the Queen to come
It's
to
not the
Jamaica.
Queen who is
You mean-
visiting. Isn't it the
You mean the
Prince
Duchess
and the Duchess?
and the Prince?
Yes.
Nobody upsetting anything.
No man, them forgot yard, man. Them forgot yard,
They need-
man.
They need to come and go and
Welcome
party.
them.
They need
Yeah,
to
man.
go party and go dash
And-
out.
And that out. We can't meet the Jody never dash out here. Jody, you need to
explain
dash out,
what dash
Jody.
out. Let's explain what dash out is for me, please.
You can't manage it, you know.
It is
Unless you
where
can't
it
manage, you
is
know.
where ladies
Where I can't find you
dance in
guys.
a very explicit and raw way.
Like this, like this.
Hey, mommy. Hey,
We can't manage, you know what? We
Oh,
can't
that
manage
is
it.
beautiful.
you know. So, Jody, have you sent me that picture, there, Jody?
That is,
Well, I know,
Johnny,
man.
that is bad.
Adding everything. Adding everything. Don't worry.
So
I'm
so,
gonna tag you with the next one.
So for women it's dash out, for men it's daggering. So I'm wondering if Silbert has ever gone to a party and dagger.
No, it wouldn't have been in his era.
Thank you, Jody.
No, growing up in Orchard in that time, we didn't get to break out on dagger as a teenagers, right, Silver?
No.
we just went to the
Speak for
beach.
yourself. And
You're muted.
And- Shots fire!
Oh God. Hey,
Okay,
Super
now-
on a roll.
Okay,
Super is on a roll this evening.
Yes.
Vita, Silbert got a nightclub with it. But me talk no about. All I'm saying is that the night, the nightclub. But me talk about. Silbert, what the nightclub name? I want you have all for your face.
Oh, right. I didn't realize what you were saying, you know.
Shade. Shades.
The Silbert got beach and shades. Right?
Oh God.
growing up in Jamaica, I don't think never existed at that time, you know.
Mm-mm.
That never exists down there at that time when we were growing up. You know, curious.
No, we didn't get to go to like parties like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of
And
was.
they never exist. What we used to do is go to like the Honeycomb Village, ruins, and those parties and stuff like that.
I used to do the skating rings. I used to do roller skating. I don't know if you remember roller skating. I used to
Like
do
near to Box Hill Road, next to the Box Hill
I
Road.
used to
There.
love to roller skate. So,
Yes.
you know, that's something that I've been thinking about of lately. And that's what I want to bring back to Jamaica, roller skating.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, we have
Okay.
a skating ring in Falmouth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we do.
Right. I'm hanging out with Jody. Claudio, I'm sorry, darling, but I'm going to be hanging out with Jody when I come to Ochi.
Ochi,
Jody,
Mr.
you come from
Falmouth, Trelawney. Falmouth, Trelawney.
I'm
Trelawney.
just saying, I'm going to stop right there. I'm not going to go all the way to Ochi. Jody.
Oh, good girl. Good girl. We have all the white sand beaches down here. We have all the white sand beaches that you don't have in Ochi here. Yes, darling.
Jody, are you gonna take me to the dispensary?
No problem. It's right around the road from me, and they know me.
You see them
I can
bad
get you at
portfolio.
this
Them bad
You can get you
portfolio.
this girl.
Jody, I love you so much.
Silver, why do you have these people on your show, Silver?
We are real people in a real world.
Watching.
I've been trying to finish the show for the past half an hour.
Silver, Mrs. Sidial, Mrs. Sidial, I know you raised your son better than this to have companies like that.
Yes, you know what? We actually went to come see around the same time, and we just never get to meet each other. Silver and me go in the breakdancing group, and I go in some other group.
Jody, do you know where that is, Jody?
What?
Jody.
That look like.
That's Falmouth, Chilon.
Yeah, but that's an aerial view. That's the wharf over here with all the red tops. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Over the side with those red tops there. That's before. That's where that is. That's the old wall. Well, what's over here though? No, Silburn. Where is this one over here? So, what's your? Not to something. I'm gonna look at it now.
Claudia, let me know that I'm not stopping in Falmouth. I'm coming straight to Ochi. You saw that? Yes, ma'am.
I don't recognize this side though. What is? Hold on. Let me see what's there. I don't know what view this is. I don't know.
I don't know where that place is. I just pick it up. You should be telling us and giving us guidance.
No, the
Silburn.
buildings over
Silburn,
here.
I'm
So
wondering,
Jody.
Silburn, I'm wondering if it's Otrios Kenisha come from. Is Otrios Kenisha come from?
I know.
Who named
No,
Kenisha?
Kingston. She's from Kingston. Only Kingston girls sell out like that.
oh wow.
I'm not take back no talk. Poacher girl not sell out like that. I trill on the girl.
You're so
But I
right
think
about that.
the finance minister big in her.
No, he said not that one. He said not that one. He said
Not that
Well,
one. He did say that.
Look at Andrew come correct him in a Thursday, you know. Andrew correct him Thursday.
He
Am I
did.
saying this was the right one?
I said this is Kenisha from Kenisha.
Yes.
He said
yes.
this is Kenisha, not Keisha.
Yes. So bro got on the ball. Bro got on the ball, you know.
So Silver, what's wrong with you?
Me? I'm just drinking water and minding my own business.
You have to know who is Keisha and who is Kenisha. You have to know the difference. Kenisha,
have to make sure that they fight their own battle at the time when they should fight their own battle.
Anyway, guys, listen. I'm just here chilling with you guys. It's a nice
It's a
chilling
pleasure.
moment.
It's a pleasure.
Oh Lord, we haven't chilled like this for a while.
It's
Yeah.
nice. It's nice, and you know we respect the people that join us every week, and we appreciate your taking your time out of your busy Saturday schedule. You could have been somewhere daggering or broken out, but what you chose to do is hang out with us and share your thoughts and listen to
Is
us.
that your cereal bowl?
And we appreciate all the people who join us every week. And you know, this has been going on for a long time, and I hope it will continue. That you will join us and just have this experience with us, and it's such a pleasure. For every Saturday evening, I look forward to this. I only drink on Saturday, guys, so I look forward to drinking on Saturdays and hanging out with friends because I'm lonely. I live alone, and this is my friends right here. So if I don't get this on Saturdays, I don't know. I might end up in an institution. So this is my therapy. This is away from the crowd that I have. This is my therapy, my medication. So join us every Saturday. Have a drink.
Vita,
watch it. Watch it.
Vita, look here now.
I mute him. Go on, Lester.
You see them classism here? Them classism here? Vita, look here. You can go in any institution as long as it is not the institution of Oprah.
Oh God, no!
And from me and Crown, Mr. Crown, Silburn, from me and Mr. Crown, I want to say I had such a beautiful evening. Jody, you're such a beautiful sister. We need to talk. Silburn, your ball is beautiful and I love it. And Lester, you made me want to be a cougar with that nice clean face. As long as, Lester, I don't need a chair. I don't need a chair, Lester.
And Jody, what's your last word, Jody?
My last word is we all need to be safe and responsible. As a healthcare worker, I am reaching out to everybody in Jamaica and all over the world that you be responsible with your enjoyment. We love
Okay, she froze slightly there, but Lester?
Yeah, we all need freedom for our own mental health, so we just need to keep safe, right? So keep safe, everyone, and thanks for being.
Okay. And Lester, your last word? And
my last word is that I want to say a special big up to the government of Jamaica, the Prime Minister Andrew Holness for this sterling speech and some of the provisions that he has made possible. And it was an awesome display of good governance. It was a balanced speech where he dealt with the macroeconomy, the microeconomy, he dealt with the small man, he dealt with the entertainment industry, he dealt with security. And I've seen where the vision is to build out Jamaica, to have equity and equality in development in terms of physical infrastructure, in bringing up some of the poorer communities up to a particular standard. I've seen where the health sector is benefiting, the education sector is benefiting. I see where he is making a concerted effort to touch all sectors of Jamaica. And I congratulate the Prime Minister of Jamaica and his team and the responsibility and the responsiveness of the Prime Minister and his team. Bro God, big up yourself, you're large.
For life! Bro God, for life!
It sounded like after you spoke, there was supposed to be some banging on the desk or so, Lester, you know. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for joining tonight, and for all the persons who are joining us.
It's who she putting on lipstick for? Is she putting on lipstick for, Lester?
Norman,
Next
Michelle.
show, next job, next position,
Exactly.
next whatever.
Wait. Let me just say bye to these guys. Michelle, Daniel, Livingston, Claudine, sister, my mother in Jamaica there, Scotty, Dean.
Hey, Scotty.
And Norman
Hey,
Gordon and
Scotty.
every person's on Instagram as well. O'Neill is on Instagram. Mark Cross.
Wow. Hi, O'Neill.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll join us next time.
Putin, stop COVID. Mark said. Somebody said Putin, stop COVID.
He actually did.
He actually did. Yes, yes, yes.
He
All
actually
right,
did.
well, guys. Listen, have a good one, and just have a drink out. Cheers.
Hey, Silver, we should have, all of us should have a Zoom or a meeting like this, just us, not the public, just us chilling and talking to each other.
You know all the people that are involved.
No.
You're not inclusive.
No, not
You're exclusive. I thought you wanted to be inclusive.
not in everything, Silver.
All right.
You bring it, there's some things that there's some things that you bring some people and some things that you don't. So
Yeah. All right, guys. Peace out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. And we sign off. You guys stay there. Don't leave. Don't leave. When I finish, you can stay there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. Remember to like and subscribe to the show. Next week, Saturday night. Thursday night, we have in review. Look at some of the top news. And as well, maybe tomorrow night, I might be have a minister, evangelist coming on tonight. Tomorrow night, Christian Light, if anything. But we'll see about that. So all the best. Have a good night. Peace out. Boom. Stay there, guys.